you can listen to this practice wherever you find yourself. You can be sitting down, you can be laying down, you can be stretching and doing things if that's what you got to do. Hopefully wherever you're at when you listen, this will still be helpful to you in some way. So if you would like to listen to this in a still position, you just take all the time you need to arrive. And let yourself move in any ways that feel good and natural for you to move. Maybe some neck rolls or some side body bends or cat-cows with the spine. And just anything at all that feels intuitively good for your body. So just not thinking at all about what your movements look like, but just letting your body move you in whatever ways it feels drawn to move, following that path of least resistance. And maybe you're in a space right now where stillness feels best for you. So honoring that stillness whenever that feels like it is what's needed. And no rush whatsoever. You can continue to move throughout this practice whenever you feel the need to. This practice is about listening to your body, so not feeling the need to stay in a solid, still space this whole time if it bothers you. But when you are ready, if you are ready, you can let yourself come to a still position with the spine nice and straight. And if you're in a space where you feel safe to do so and you would like to, you can allow the eyes to gently close whenever you feel ready. As you just mark your arrival into your body today with a full intentional cleansing breath. A long, slow inhale in through the nose, letting yourself fill up fully. Holding that for just a moment and just feeling that fullness, and then as you need to, slowly letting it go. Pushing that last bit of air out of you to just truly empty yourself as you pause to just feel that emptiness. Allowing your next breath to come as it's needed. You can breathe just like this for a few more rounds, for as long as it feels good. Just exaggerating the four parts of your breath. Exaggerating that inhale. The pause at the top of the inhale, followed by the exhale, and the pause at the bottom of the exhale. And no rush whatsoever. You can continue to breathe like this for as long as you'd like. And if you're feeling ready, you can just release this guidance over your breath altogether. As you just feel yourself stepping into that role of the witness or of the observer. And seeing if, even just for a moment, if you can witness the fact that your body is breathing, rather than having any direct control or influence over your breath. As you just remind yourself of how your body breathes even when you are deep in sleep. How your body is breathing throughout your life, most of the time without any of your doing, any of your control. So seeing if you can just watch that process. And knowing that it is perfectly okay if that feels very difficult today. Some days it does, for whatever reason. And just beginning to notice any physical responses your body is having to this process or to this practice so far. Any facial expressions that might be resting on the face, or any tension in the shoulders or hands or feet or stomach. And just taking inventory as we begin, just noticing how you are in your restful state today. Maybe without thinking much about it, you feel rather relaxed today. Maybe you feel like you can release yourself into this moment, into this practice with ease. Or maybe you feel like it's a bit more difficult today. Maybe you feel that there is tension and pain throughout the body or throughout the mind or heart. And just knowing that that is okay too. However you are showing up for your practice today is perfect. It's how you are meant to show up. And having a meditation or yoga practice or any self-healing practice is not about constantly feeling bliss or constantly feeling good things or calm or peace all the time. It's not like you have to be in a peaceful state in order to show up for this practice. But this practice is one of showing up for you, exactly as you already are. Knowing that we will all move through phases in our lives where we are in pain, where we are suffering, where we are resisting, where we just don't feel good or don't feel like ourselves. So if that is how you are showing up for your practice today, reminding yourself that there is nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with the way you are feeling. And no matter what you are feeling, knowing that it is just another reminder that you are human. And as humans, all of us will move through different phases of our lives, different phases of feeling and healing. And having a practice such as this one is just about being aware, being conscious for your life, for your healing process. No matter what you are showing up for, whether that is pain and sorrow and hurt that is present, or joy and happiness and love that is present, or any combination of the two. So as you are checking in, just noticing any feelings that might be communicated by the expression resting on your face. If you were to see your face right now, if you caught a glimpse of you in the mirror, what would be the feelings that you would see, the emotions you would see? Maybe with a tense brow or jawline or nostrils or chin. And from that point of awareness, that is what gives you all the power to decide. To see the tension and instead decide to soften. So wherever your starting point is, just allowing your jaw to be heavy. Allowing your lips to rest. Even your tongue to rest. As you feel your whole mouth soften. And feeling how that will naturally release some tension in your chin and nostrils. As you allow that sense of release to spread up the cheeks into the ears, into the eyelids, and even the eyeballs as you just let your eyes rest. Allow yourself to gaze into whatever space the eyes are looking. Maybe the backs of the eyelids, maybe up into the forehead, maybe rolling back even further and looking into the skull. Maybe the eyes are softly opened and you're just taking in your surroundings. Just letting your gaze be soft as you feel your eyebrows release. Followed by the forehead. Just feeling the full depth of your forehead as you allow your hairline to soften, allowing your whole scalp to release, and just allowing this to naturally cascade down the neck and shoulders as you allow the arms to be heavy. Allow your hands to be soft, allowing for any natural curve of the fingers. As you just start to feel the hands, and notice any sensations that you feel in the hands. Maybe noticing a gentle or strong pulsing sensation. Remembering the pulse that is running through your hands and fingers. And as you just follow your awareness from the hands now, back up the arms. As you let your awareness meet at the space between the shoulders, right at the heart. And just feeling that connection from your heart to your hands. Reminding yourself of this physical connection, reminding yourself of your anatomy. The connection of your heart through veins and vessels to the hands. And as you're feeling the heart, maybe just allow the collarbones to be broad as the tips of your shoulders reach away from each other. And you just give your heart a tiny bit more space to be. And so allowing your stomach to relax, allowing the rib cage to soften, your glutes, your pelvic floor, your legs and feet. As you just allow yourself to be supported by the surface beneath you. And trust that you will be held close to the earth just by the force of gravity. And you are allowed to release yourself beneath that force. There is no need for you to hold anything in any particular way. You can let yourself be as big as you actually are, as soft as you are. As you just consciously release yourself into the earth beneath you. And almost imagining a time when you have hugged someone or an animal or anything that you love very deeply. And that moment when you exhale into the hug and you just allow yourself to be held. You no longer resist the love or the support. But even if it's just for a split second, you just let yourself be loved. You let yourself be supported by this loved one. Or maybe this is even a time where you were laying on the beach and just felt really supported by the sand, or floating in water, or laying in the grass, hugging a dog or cat. Just anything at all any memory that reminds you of a time where you just let yourself be supported. And trust that you are worthy of this support exactly as you already are. And there's nothing that you need to do to prove your worthiness to anyone, especially yourself. And just taking this moment to remind yourself that the simple fact of your existence is all the proof you need of your worthiness, of the love that you already have right within you. Remembering all the love that is required just for you to be here, for you to be in the body that you're in, to have the life that you have, all the love that occurred, all the love that is here now for you to exist. And even if it's just for a moment, allowing yourself to feel that love. Letting yourself soak in that. Knowing that this is a feeling that we do forget. And even in the times when you forget your worthiness, it is still true. So even if right now you have difficulty feeling this love or feeling this support that is always here, just letting yourself rest in that knowledge that it is here, even when you don't feel it. You are loved and you are supported, just on a deep, deep level. Whenever our time is done here on this earth, our bones will go back to the earth and our soul will go back to wherever it came from. And sometimes when we remind ourselves of this ultimate safety, this ultimate love that all of us possess, some things can come up, maybe some reminders of areas in our life right now that don't best support that love. Maybe some things that impede on our safety. So not pushing those things away if any of that comes up for you either. Just letting these seeds be planted, these little reminders of what areas of your life support you and your love and your existence, your life, and what areas need some adjusting. You don't have to be in this perfect state or perfect home life in order to feel this love and this worthiness. But sometimes feeling that love that all of us have can be that motivation or be that reminder that you have the strength to create your life in the way that best supports you. And this requires patience and perseverance. These aren't things that happen overnight if we find ourselves in toxic relationships or situations. But allowing these seeds to be planted that you are strong and worthy and capable completely on your own. And if at any point in your life there are situations or environments or people that try to take that away from you or try to convince you otherwise, just letting yourself letting this truth be enhanced within you, so that you have the inner knowledge, that inner power and trust in yourself, that you will never give that power away to anyone else. This relationship you have with you, this sense, maybe this relationship you have with your heart, or whatever source you believe lets your heart beat, knowing that this is for you, not for anyone else. So just letting this power be enhanced within you, so you feel a little bit more confidence to act in the ways that best support this power, that best support you in your life, your desires, your love. And just being so patient and kind with yourself along the journey through this process. Remembering that this is a lifelong process and there is no rush. Just finding these little things you can do, these little moments of love you can find within you throughout your days. And letting those things act as little lifelines to get you through these hard times that all of us will face. Hard times are not a reflection or a result of anything bad you've done. You are not being punished for anything that you've done or any thoughts you might have had. But bad things happen to all of us, all throughout our lives. And a really comforting reminder for this is the moon. It's above all of our heads every evening. And if you notice, the moon will always change faces. There will be times when the moon is fully illuminated. And in ancient astrology, the moon represents our body. It is matter. It does not have a light of its own, but it does reflect the light of the sun. Our body reflects the light of our soul, that inner spark within us. And there will be times when the moon is fully illuminated by the sun. The moon can shine light for others in the darkness. It is bright and shining, connected, whole. And there are other times where we have a new moon and can barely see the moon. It's not reflecting any light, but it is still there. And maybe just is a little disconnected in the dark. And we are the same exact way. There will be times where we feel whole and holy, connected, like we have the energy and power to help others, to shine our light for others in the darkness. And other times where we are in the dark ourselves and feel disconnected, lonely in the dark, and all the phases in between. And these are phases all of us will move through for the rest of our lives. And we are not meant to be stuck at a full moon and stay at a full moon for the rest of our lives. And sometimes the greatest source of our suffering can be that expectation or those should feelings. Like we should feel good. We should feel whole and holy and bright and shining all the time. But just reminding ourselves of our reality of being a human and how we will move through phases. We will have dark times. And it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you or anything you did to deserve these dark times. It's just simply another reminder that you're human. So letting yourself be in whatever phase of the moon you are right now, trusting that the next one is just around the corner. And just letting yourself live your own human experience. Learning the lessons that you need to learn, sharing what you need to share, and loving how you need to love. Just allowing your body to be soft once again. And letting yourself surrender to this exact moment as you just start to feel your own heartbeat. Feeling this reminder of your life, of your power. And if it feels like something you would like to do today, and just let your hands find each other in a prayer position at heart center. And just feeling this unique rhythm that is beating inside of you. And as you take a deep breath into the body, letting yourself fill up with fresh, new air. And as you exhale, so letting yourself let go of anything you're ready to let go of as you allow your head to gently bow. And just taking this moment to bow to the source of energy that allows your heart to beat, whatever you believe that to be. Bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally, bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and for taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. May this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights. And may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you.